My name is Anu R.I. I am a clinician scientist by profession and Indian expatriate currently living in Europe, presently affiliated with the University of Malta as a research analyst for a project that aims to utilize machine learning for automatic detection of DNA damage in cells exposed to ionizing radiation as seen in space. So this work is in fact based on data derived from OSD 366 of the NASA Gene Lab domain. Now my clinical expertise actually revolves around clinical biochemistry, molecular oncology, cardiology, precision oncology, multiomics, and basic bioinformatics. Yes. So I joined the multiomics AWG and ALSDA in June 2021. So yes, it's going to be 4 years now. And my entry into the first AWG, by the way, was pure coincidence. So I was then the lead of Department of Clinical Biochemistry in a tertiary cancer center in Kerala, India. And I was co-building a national network of molecular tumor boards for the country. Now, these virtual MTB meetings, they require us to connect with international experts via social media such as X and LinkedIn. Now, while browsing one day for the latest publications in multiomics, I came across William Silvera's post on X about his spaceflight in multiomics paper, which I think was also on the cover of Cell then, I believe. Now, the methodology and the sheer amount of data pulled in for analysis in his paper really piqued my interest. And then William and I connected over Twitter, X now. And he then suggested that I join the multiomics AWG. So he basically introduced the concept to me and said, you should join. And he then initiated an email introducing me to Chair Afshin Beheshti. So before I knew it, I was introducing my work at the first AWG meeting way back in 2021. So this is basically how I joined AWG, and ever since have been working with the whole team. To tell you in a more clearer way, I saw his post, I hit like, and I was like, oh, this looks like a really cool paper. I should, I should read and then connect with the author. And I hit follow. Within few seconds, he followed me back. I was like, oh, hi. And then we started like just few messages in the inbox. And I was like, oh, yes, this is like a very exciting thing I did with NASA AWGs. And you should also be a part. It looks like you can contribute. So I asked I told Willin, do you really think NASA scientist, what am I going to say? She said, no, there are a bunch of very cool people. You will feel at ease. So basically, he actually pushed me into the network. But then it was really, really awesome after that. Numerous. So to start with, open access de-identified data sharing via OSDR, which is so unique and great. And there's this unique way of virtual brainstorming across countries, actually defying time zones. We have sat up even at midnight attending meetings. Then effective, fast, and quite respectful collaborations, protection of IPR, and the amount of, the level of trustworthiness that we have in the groups, followed by, high impact publications, for example, the SOMA package with Springer Nature last year. And I'm also contributing papers on cancer, radiation, and astronaut risk assessment for the upcoming paper package with Afshin and Chris Mason. And one project has already received widespread support after I presented it at ASGSR 24 in Puerto Rico. So another highlight would be building up metadata formats with ALSDA. And Ryan has been a steadfast supporter since day one. Another thing, there's this constant refinement of knowledge that I see, an introduction to previously unknown ideas. For example, digital twins, which I did not know before, but is so interesting. And that's one. I think it's a very important, very interesting topic that's part of a subgroup right now. And of late, I'm also leading a unique work focused on astronaut personalized medicine for Chris and Mason Lab. So yes, these are real highlights in the academic world, all courtesy to the AWGs, I would say. It has ceased to feel and function like just a network. We're like a big family right now. And there's like this constant chain of communication, and everything is based on work and what next to do, what new ideas. So it's exciting. It's exciting and meaningful research at the same time. So it basically gives meaning to what we do. So I met Joseph Borge from Malta through an AWG meeting. We co-authored two papers and shared ideas few years ago. And at the same time, I was working on a very exciting idea and was on a really futile search for a bioinformatician who would actually understand the concept of the work, which had the concept of carcinogenesis and spaceflight in a single frame. So that is when Joseph introduced me to Joseph Borch, his team member. And so we started collaborating, and then the project took off. It went very well, and it is gearing up for publication right now. So this networking through the AWGs actually, it's in fact paved the way for me to relocate to Malta last year. So today, apart from the university project that I work for here in Malta, I also had the honor to be a co-investigator for Joseph's Space Thal and Melit 2 missions, which were a part of SpaceX Fram 2. In parallel, within the Indian space sector, I hold an advisory position on board RSAT Space Technologies, a private company that's gearing up for the maiden mission in 2026. Joseph and I have an upcoming dual country supported analog mission in India, where I'll be leading a DNA sequencing initiative in difficult terrain. And I should mention Chris and Afshin here specifically, because they have been exceptionally wonderful collaborators so far, never hesitating in offering avenues to work upon. And others, if I have to name, would be Sylvain, Fatih, Begum, Lauren, a lot of people who have been really supportive all through these years and who continue to support. There's no pressure. You can talk whatever that comes to your mind related to the project, and every idea is welcome equally in the platform. There is no bias. This is rare actually. I've hardly seen this kind of perspective in any other meetings or communities or working groups. So that's something that AWG stands out for. How the human body's organ systems and molecular machinery respond to the uncharted territory, which is not conducive to life, and the therapeutic strategies that we can create for this scenario are actually the two factors that excite me about space medicine. In the context of AWGs and OSDR, I believe the key element is the easy access to this crucial data, coupled with a network of like-headed people to brainstorm. Now, it's different when we work with patient data in a real-world setting. despite ethical clearances, informed written consents, de-identification of data, there's still stigma and added red tape hurdles that prevents us from utilizing such data for meaningful clinical research. OSDSR is actually a successful example of allowance or availability of screened and formatted experimental data, at the same time maintaining data privacy. So the AWG is now officially a part of the NASA Citizen Science Initiative, makes all our efforts acknowledged as well. Utilize the power of data in public domain via GeneLab. So it's not a common practice to upload experimental human or rodent data on a public domain for research, to be honest. It requires stringent ethical regulations, academic discipline, and regulatory oversight. So the data that's available via OSDR is unique and valuable, just waiting to be decoded. And the platform actually now also features visualization options for data sets, which makes it quite user-friendly as well. And as a cherry on top, there are numerous scientists from NASA and across the world who are ready to assist newcomers execute really good research proposals in space biology. So from my perspective, I see AWGs are a very serious platform for professionals and students that continue maintaining respectful discourses and partnerships. And it is important to understand that the networks you build here are valuable. And I also know of young members being provided the opportunity of internships with NASA and collaborators. Now, space biology is an amazing field that is set to create breakthroughs in medicine, engineering, and manufacturing soon. Hence, it's also likely to create more job opportunities as well. So this is the right time to join such an amazing scientific community. Well, I would like to end by thanking all chairs, colleagues, and friends within the AWGs for the amazing work they've been doing. This is a professional scientific community with SMEs from all disciplines. And the idea of open science needs to be continuously nurtured for the benefit of people.